everyone, and welcome to Blind Beauty. I'm Jennifer. What we're doing today is I'm doing like a 1960s vibe, housewife look. Because this is going to be the first part of my Mrs. Krueger look. Because I'm doing a Mrs. Freddy Krueger where she's all burned and everything type look. So this will be the first half of it right here. This is the makeup look. Again, it is 1960s inspired. Now, I don't know for sure when Freddy married his wife. That it was said in part 6, Freddy's dead. But I just kind of did some math and figured out, well, it was probably the 60s. And I do have a photo, like a screenshot or whatever, of Mrs. Krueger. I believe, I can't remember what her first name was, if they ever said it, honestly. But I'll try to put that up right here and show you the little screenshot. It's not very clear, but she was rather plain looking. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't crazy makeup like in the 60s. Twiggy was popular. So if you do want to see any other era, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever, let me know in the comments down below. I was inspired to do like that type of video, like era type videos by Sabrina. She's another YouTuber here, real big YouTuber here on YouTube. So let me know if you do have any other ones you want to see. And what do you say? We jump into the video so you can see how I got this makeup and the hair. Alright, here we go! Alright, what do y'all say we go ahead and get this party started? Alright. Alright, what do y'all say we go ahead and get this party started? Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the e.l.f. Blemish Control Primer, and I'm going to put this all over my face. Now, I don't know, I haven't done my research on this part of it, but I don't know for sure if they had primer in the 60s, really, I don't know that it really became popular, and because I didn't hear about it much. Well, I really wasn't into makeup in the 90s anyway, but, but primer just helps makeup stay on a little longer, so if you want to dance the night away, Halloween night, or whatever, you can do that with this. Then I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and that's what I'm going to be putting on my face here. And I'm going to be using this flat top brush. This is one of the ones by BS Mall, right there. You can tell it's very flat at the top with densely packed bristles. And that's what I'll be using to blend it in. I'm going to dot this all over my face, then blend it in with this brush. And probably do 2 layers, because in the 60s, from what I could tell, flawless matte skin was very popular. So I'm going to go ahead and speed through this part, and I'll be doing that periodically so that it's not that long a video. Here we go. The e.l.f. HD Concealer, and I'm going to put this under the eyes. Now, in the 60s, from what I could tell, they really didn't do the heavy-duty deep triangle like we see popular now. They focused it more right under the eyes, like in a crescent moon shaped, it looked like, right under the eye. So that's what I'm going to do now. Just basically covering the bags is what they're, from what I could tell, that they did. So, and I'm just guesstimating, as I'd call it, what era or whatever Freddy was married. So, if you're not a Nightmare on Elm Street fan, the person I'm talking about that I kind of am trying to do this after is his wife. In part 6, it's made known that Freddy at one time was married, but he killed her. But we're just going on at this like, you know, as if she was still alive, I guess, whenever he was burned to death. You know, so, or this could be even a second wife. You know, it doesn't have to be the first one. Catherine's mother. So if you don't know who Catherine is, Catherine, spoiler alert, by the way, in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 6, it's revealed that Catherine is his daughter. Yes, Freddy had a little girl, believe it or not. So, alright. There we go, got that under the eyes, and I just used my finger to blend that in. Now, I've already done a tutorial, by the way, on the foundation. You know, and I showed how to do foundation as well. So, you can check that out if you want to. Now I'm going to take a powder puff, because in almost every 1960s style video, even Sabrina, she has a historically accurate 1960s video, they used a powder puff to do or cotton pad, one of the two, you know, cotton ball, whatever, to do the powder. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm using this one here. It's just a generic one you can get from Walmart. They come 2 to a pack. I've had this one for a while, and I'm using the Coty Airspun powder. And I'm really going to pack this on. Well, not pack it, but put it on fairly decent. Now, I know, I'm pretty sure back in the 60s, they didn't have the little sifter thing like this does, but, that's okay. We're still gonna do it. And I'm really loading up this puff here. And I'm just going to pat that into the skin. Not really wiping it, but pat it all over. Because, like I said before, a matte look was very popular in the 60s. So, here we go. Now, while we're letting that sit for a minute, because I am actually going to, basically it's baking the face is what you're doing, in a way, the entire face. I'm going to be using the 26 Shadow Blush Palette from Coastal Scents here. Right here is what it looks like. That's what I'm going to be doing for this tutorial and another one, the second part of this video. But what I'm going to go is, I'm going to do a more naturally, you know, more soft look. So, but I'm going to take, let's see here. Yeah. I'm going to go to the neutral end of this palette, which is the last 2 rows on the top, and that's what I'm mainly going to be using. And I'm going to start with this shade at the very bottom. It is the 6th one over. It's like a cool toned brown. And I'll be taking that on my, this is an e.l.f., I believe this is their crease brush. No, defining eye brush, pardon me. This is the defining eye brush, and that's what I'll be using with that shadow. Now, the makeup part of this, I haven't practiced, you know, I've done some practice for the next part of this video, but, you know. But I'm taking the defining eye brush, and I'm going to buff this into the crease area. Not real big buffing, and I go about 3/4 of the way in. Alright. Now we're going to go 2 shades right above that. This is like a real light, what I would consider a really light, almost taupe color. And I'm going to take this flat shadow brush from e.l.f. I believe it is called their eyeshadow brush. Yeah. And I'm going to put that all over the lid from the inner corner to outer corner, but not up on the brow bone or above the crease. So that's what I'm doing now. Just tap it in, and you always want to tap off your excess, by the way. Now we're going to go into the shade right below that. Right there. And I'm going to put that more on the outer corner, like the outer half rather. In order to do that, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Well, this is actually the eye crease brush, but we're using it for the outer V area. It's just, basically it goes light, medium, dark. Not black or anything like that, but it's still light, medium, dark. But in the order that we put it on today, it was dark, light, medium. So put this on the outer V area. And I'm going to go back in with the defining brush in that first shade we used, the darker brown. And I'm going to go right on the outer edges of the outer V. That just defines the eyes a little more. And that is the eyes. I'm not doing like a highlight and all that stuff. So, but I am going to do eyeliner here. And I have the eyeliner H2O proof eyeliner from Wet n Wild. H2O proof eyeliner from Wet n Wild. And that's what I'm going to use to line my eyeballs. But I'm going to keep it rather close to the lash line. I know in the 60s the wing was really popular. Unfortunately, I'm not great at wings. I'm still learning. And plus, the average housewife, I don't see her really doing a full-on wing anyway every day. But, you know, that's what I'm just going to do. Keep it close to the... Basically, I'm playing it close to this. So, just kind of stamp it on. I'm going to take this brush here. It is the eyeliner brush by e.l.f. And I'm just going to kind of soften that liner just a little bit. Before it completely sets. There we go. And that kind of also helps to smooth it out a little bit too. Then I've got the Essence. Oops. Now I've got the Essence I Love Extreme Volume Mascara. And I'm going to put this on. Unfortunately, that powder, whenever I was doing my powder, it kind of got everywhere here. So, I'm going to use this here. Now, different tutorials, I saw some of them did curl lashes, but most of them did not. So I'm not going to curl my lashes today. Alright, there we go. Put a couple coats of mascara on. Big eyelashes were very popular in the 60s, from what I can tell. So, you know, heavy on the mascara, false lashes, that type of thing was very popular back then. So, now I'm going to take the smudge brush by e.l.f. and I'm going to go into that second shade that we used, the middle shade in that row. Because we're in the sixth column rather, not row. Sixth column is the column that we used. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the tip of this e.l.f. smudge brush. And smudge that on my lower lash line from corner to corner. Now I'm going to take this mascara too, and I'm going to try to put a little bit on the lower lashes as well. Alright, now that the lower lash line is done, we're going to go in with the brows. This is the automatic eyebrow pencil, I believe is what it's called. Yeah. Pardon me. Auto eyebrow pencil. NYX Auto eyebrow pencil, and this is in the shade medium brown that I'm going to be using it in. And it has one end that has a brush on it, and the other end, there we go. It's a twist up, here. And that's what I'm going to be filling in my brows with today. Then I'm going to take this brush side of it. This is not your typical spoolie like you see on the e.l.f. brow pencil. I don't even know if they make this anymore, honestly, but it's a great little brow pencil. So, did my brows. The brows help frame the face. That's why I like to do brows. Now, even in the 60s, they did them, and if you had fuller brows, they wouldn't do them as harsh as I did. Well, some of them would do full-on harsh brows. Others would leave them more natural, from what I could tell. And then some of them had the really fine, really thin brows as well. Then I'm taking the e.l.f. complexion brush here, and I'm going to brush off any excess powder. We got the powder all done, and we got the brows on and all that. I'm going to take the e.l.f. Bronzing brush right here, and we're going to do, now I haven't tried to do this before, but we're going to try today. I'm going to take these, we're going to go with 2 shades here, both matte though. The third shade at the bottom, it's more of your rosy toned blush, and then the one right before it too is one we're also going to use for contouring. But I'm going to use that middle shade first, load up my brush real good, tap it off, and sweep that on. Now in the 60s, from what I understand, especially towards the later 60s, they did kind of pull it up and all that as well. But I'm focusing it more on the cheek, and I go back, and I'm pulling it up a little bit, like near the temples, like the side of the eyes. So, again, the brush I'm using is the e.l.f. bronzing brush. Then I'm going to take the same brush, and I'm going to go into that second shade, which is a deeper reddish brown color, really. Put some of that on the brush. Now, I don't know how this is going to look, but we're going to try. We're going to do a little bit of a contour, basically. And I do have contouring tutorials on my, or a contouring tutorial on my channel as well. Now, we're not going to do highlight or anything like that, but I am going to put on some lipstick. From what I understand, pinks, corals, that type of thing, were peachy colors, were very popular back then, and very, also like a nudie pink was popular. So I thought this right here, which is a romantic rose, it's a pinky, well, to me it's a pinky nude, really. And I have different shades swatched on my hand here of the palette. But it's what I consider, like I said, a pinky nude. Right there. This is the Maybelline Color Sensational, by the way. And that's what I'm going to put on my lips. Real quick. Very hydrating. Now, in one of the 60s tutorials, they showed using a brush, you know, but you could go straight from the tube as well. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing straight from the tube. I'm not a real big fan of using a brush, so. See what I mean about it being a pinky nude color? Alright, now that we've gotten the makeup done, let's get on with the hair. I'm going to pull my hair out of a ponytail here. Now, back in the 60s, bouffants were pretty popular. Now, this is what I consider a reimagined look, because I obviously don't have the 60s hairstyles necessarily. But whenever I was watching even Bewitched and stuff like that, I saw that they liked big hair in the 60s. You know, the flipped out ends. But Samantha, in that movie, or in that, not movie, but in that TV show, she had one look where she had like a really high front, and it was in a ponytail, basically. She had a barrette or something in her hair. What I'm going to be using today is a little claw clip like this. That's all I'm going to be using. Now, if you prefer, you could do bobby pins or something, but we're just going to be doing that. And I'm going to attempt to tease my hair a little bit. So I'm going to pull my part of my hair, basically right above the crown. I'm going to pull that forward a little bit. Pull a little bit more forward. Because I want to be able to tease right at the crown, because that's where I want my ponytail pretty much to sit. So I'm going to pull that section up. And I have this thing here. It's a teasing comb right here. And I go straight back. And I'm just doing real light. I'm not going all the way to the ends or anything like that. We're just doing a somewhat light tease, really. So, and then I'm going to keep going. Just keep sectioning, basically, and teasing. Section, tease, section, tease. I mean, if you can tell, that's pretty decent, teasing there. And I'm going to just keep teasing a little bit more just to kind of even it out up top. Now I'm going to take this right here. It's a boar bristle type brush. I'm not sure what kit this is, but there's a kit, I believe it's from Conair, that you can get from Walmart. And it's the comb and brush both. And that just helps smooth out that teasing up there. But see how high that is now? I mean, you could keep going if you want to. You could add hairspray and all that stuff. And you just keep on teasing. Keep on teasing. Keep on teasing. But me, I didn't want to. Now I'm going to basically... Now, you could take the comb and do precise lines if you wanted to. But me, I tend to take my hair, go right above the ear, like right there, pretty much like where you contour, basically, because I do my contour like this. So take your, right above your ear, and go straight up to the crown on both sides with one finger. Okay? And I mean, you could take your bangs if you have them and pull them back if you want to. If not, then you don't have to. But smooth that hair a little bit. You can use your fingers to smooth it. Or you can use that boar bristle brush. That's hard for me to say. Boar bristle brush. But you can take that and smooth it just a little bit. You don't want to lose all your tease. But I like to use my fingers just so that I can kind of place it where exactly I want it. Because I can't really tell what I've done otherwise. Then I do a quick twist, another twist, push up. And that, if you can tell, adds a little bit extra height. So if you don't want to tease, and you got thick hair like I do, you don't have to tease. But then I just take my fingers and pull some of the hair. Whoops. You pull some of the hair to add a little bit extra height to it. You can even pull some at the sides as well to give it a little extra oomph. And that right there is the hair. And I just left my bangs down and swooped to the side. Now, I know bangs were somewhat popular back then, and some people didn't wear bangs, some people did, But the haircut I have right now is more of a 70s look hairstyle. It's the shag. It's not really the blunt cut like a lot of 60s wore, if it was long. But yeah, that right there is the makeup and hair. Let me know if you do want me to do any other inspired type things like 80s, 90s, 70s. I did a 80s one of Stevie Nicks a while back, so if you want to see that, I'll try to link it down below as well. But I could do 80s, 70s, 90s, 50s, 30s, 20s, whatever. I was inspired to do this by Sabrina. Now, it's not completely accurate, I'm sure, because I can't really see exactly what the colors were, because she really didn't explain them that well. But I tried to somewhat explain. Basically, we were using cool tone browns. You know, like a lighter brown, medium brown, darker brown. That's the 3 shades we used. So, but let me know if there is something you do want to see. And also, if you want to talk about all things beauty, come join Blind Beauty Support over on my Facebook page. And in just a few days, October 31st, Halloween, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So I do hope you subscribe for that and check out that video and enter. And also, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all that jazz. So I hope to get to know you there too. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.